The Boston Celtics have just watched a key player from last season's championship roster sign with a rival team, and it raises some serious questions about the future direction of our beloved franchise. As fans, we can't help but wonder, is this a loss we can afford, or a sign of deeper issues within the organization? Stay tuned as we dive into the implications of this unexpected move and what it means for the Celtics' playoff hopes. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like to keep up with all the latest Celtics news. The Boston Celtics have just experienced a significant roster shift with the news that Brissett, a player who was part of last season's championship team, has signed a 10-day contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. This move is a tough pill to swallow for us Celtics fans. Brissett turned down a $2.46 million player option in hopes of finding a more prominent role elsewhere, and now he's on a rival team. It raises a lot of questions about our front office's strategy and what it means for our future. Brissett, at 26, has shown promise. After a stint in the G League, where he averaged 12.1 points and 5.3 rebounds in 11 games, he's had a taste of the NBA with the Celtics but didn't see the playing time he likely desired. Playing only 55 games this season, with an average of 11.5 minutes on the floor, he was looking for a bigger opportunity, and it seems he found it in Philly. Now, as the Sixers are struggling at 22-43 and sitting in 12th place in the Eastern Conference, this could be a chance for Brissett to carve out a significant role. The 76ers have a full roster, but will benefit from the league's hardship exception, allowing them to add him while dealing with injuries to multiple players. It's a smart tactical move from Philadelphia. But you have to wonder, could the Celtics have done more to keep him? Honestly, I'm torn here. On one hand, you want players who are committed to the franchise, and by opting out, Brissett clearly wanted a bigger spotlight. But on the other hand, letting a young, dynamic player slip away to a rival feels like a misstep. We know how crucial depth is in this league, especially as we push for playoff positioning. This decision might come back to haunt us, especially if Brissett finds his rhythm with the Sixers and becomes a key contributor down the stretch. As fans, we've got to assess how this impacts our team's chemistry and depth moving forward. With the playoffs in sight, will our current roster be able to withstand the pressure without Brissett's versatility? I can't help but feel a bit anxious about our bench depth and how well we can match up against strong opponents. The Celtics front office has to be thinking long-term. Will they make additional moves before the deadline? We need to see some proactive strategies to not only compete, but to thrive in the postseason. The Eastern Conference is a gauntlet, and every decision counts. If Brissett thrives in Philadelphia, we may soon find ourselves regretting this choice. And you, what do you think? Was this the right move for the Celtics to let Brissett go, or could they have found a way to keep him? I want to hear your opinions down below. So, let's dive right into the latest news regarding the Boston Celtics. It's a bittersweet moment for us fans as we hear that former Celtics champion Brissett has signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. Yes, you heard that right. A rival team in the Atlantic Division. This news hits hard, especially considering Brissett was part of our 2024 championship squad. It feels strange to see him donning the 76ers colors, but let's break this down. Brissett has signed a 10-day contract with Philadelphia, a team that has struggled significantly this season. At 22-43, they are languishing near the bottom of the Eastern Conference, even failing to secure a spot in the playoff race against teams like the Chicago Bulls, who are only a few games ahead. If the 76ers were having a better season, this might feel more like a betrayal, but instead, it's just a desperate move for a franchise that's in a tough spot. What's particularly interesting is that Brissett declined his player option worth $2.5 million for the 2025-26 season to become an unrestricted free agent. This decision came after he found himself in a challenging situation, battling for minutes in a loaded Boston roster. In his time with the Celtics this season, he averaged 3.7 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 0.8 assists in just over 11 minutes a game. Those numbers, while modest, reflect the fierce competition for playing time in a championship-caliber team. Now, looking at the 76ers, they're dealing with their own set of injuries, specifically resting stars like Joel Embiid and potentially Paul George. With the playoffs out of reach, it's clear they're trying to salvage something from this season by bringing in fresh bodies like Brissett. But here's where it gets personal for us Celtics fans. Do we think this is the best decision for him? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, he's getting an opportunity to play more minutes, but on the other hand, He's joining a team that's struggling and might not have the same winning culture we fostered in Boston. As we watch this unfold, it's hard to ignore the implications for our franchise. While Brissett's departure may not seem earth-shattering given his role, it does leave us wondering how we will fill those gaps. The Celtics have been proactive lately, reportedly making moves to shake things up, including a possible trade to acquire a significant player worth $52 million. This could be a game-changer for us as we aim to solidify our position for a deep playoff run. We also have to consider how this decision impacts our future. With the trade talks buzzing, the Celtics are clearly looking to make a statement and ensure we remain contenders. As passionate fans, we have invested so much hope into this season, and every move, whether it be trades, signings, or even letting players go, shapes our chances at glory. It's a roller coaster of emotions, and I know we're all feeling it. Let's not forget the context here. The 76ers owe a first-round pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder, which adds another layer of pressure to their situation. They're incentivized to lose in the coming games to secure a better draft position. So, while they're picking up Brissett, is it really about building for the future, or just a stopgap in a season that's quickly slipping away? This is where I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Brissett's move to Philly? Do you consider this a loss for the Celtics, or do you think we're better off without him? And what about the Celtics' strategy moving forward? Are we on the right path with these potential trades? I want to hear your opinions down below. As we keep our eyes on the Celtics' next moves, make sure to stay connected. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates on our beloved team. And remember to activate that notification bell so you won't miss any breaking news or analysis. The journey continues, and your voice matters in this passionate community of Celtics fans.